Sacrifice, dogs and cats living together, mass hysteria.
All right, and welcome to another episode of the Jumping the Rail podcast here on the JTR Podcast Network. This is Mark Reb Minderz coming to you from the Noodles position in Champaign, Illinois, and I've got my popcorn Minders
I see that.
because I've been just sitting back and watching everything burn the last 4 days.
Right?
Oh man, it's first off, anybody watching, breathe, just deep breaths, exhale. It's gonna be okay, I promise. Oh, good God.
Am I the okay? So I'm not the only person in thinking that everybody's just completely and totally overreacting, and it's a story, right?
I'm with you. Oh, I'm in full Gary mode on this.
Never happened. It's a work.
Total work. I'm telling you.
I think it is too. But
We'll
hey,
find out Thursday.
before we get into too much, there is some. Do you have our breaking news? Breaking news.
Oh, breaking news.
We have breaking news.
Expo news?
Expo news.
Ooh, hang on. I know what you're talking about, but I didn't think to get it ready. Hang on.
Okay, we'll find it.
Let me find it here. Why don't you tell everybody who's going to be on the show with us while I look this up here, Minders?
Well, today we have Sam Stackhouse that's going to be on the show with us, Oklahoma native. Can't wait to see what he has to say about the GCW show. He was on this past weekend,
Yes.
teaming with Fuego del Sol, if I remember correctly.
Fuego del Sol against Chris Bay and man, like I can't remember his name. He was really impressive when I saw of him. Chris Bay's tag
Sounds
team
like
partner.
it. Can't remember the dude's name, but he was real impressive.
That's true of a lot of people these days when I watch. But there
I totally get it.
Well, we got a handful of matches to announce for this here, Minders.
Well, there's one that just released.
Oh, I'm gonna make sure I get all of them up here. We're gonna. I got 5 matches here, so.
On Squared Circle Expo.
On Squared Circle Expo, yeah.
Okay. I like how they're starting to get these the ones that were already announced, and then we've got 2 more.
Yeah.
That were just released. It looked like within the past hour.
Yeah, they were doing some work this afternoon. Looks like getting
see that. So for those of you that don't know, Squared Circle Expo is coming up the end of March, March 28th and 29th.
29th and the 1st.
29th and the 30th.
Or 29th and the 30th.
Got it.
I forgot how to numbers.
I figured you forgot numbers.
Okay.
So you want to start with Cardona's match first?
All right. First things first. SCX Championship. Matt Cardona versus the Ultimo Dragon. This is going to be my first time seeing Dragon in person, so I'm very excited about this.
Yes. This is going to be exciting.
Yes. And Cardona's got his hat.
Yeah, Indiana Jones has his hat. Yippee-doo-dah-day.
Indy God.
I get it. Oh, wait. You mean this guy?
That guy.
That Sam Stackhouse had to fight at one point?
What's that?
Sam Stackhouse fought Cardona.
Oh, yeah.
That's what I was saying. Come on now.
I'm sorry. I was reading the comments. We got a lively chat going already.
Oh, so, we do. Okay.
Well, hello to everybody. So where there is a Matt Cardona, there's always a Steph Delander, Minders. So
there is.
She's going up against Ari Alexander. Well, we saw her last year.
Mm-hmm. Which I'm excited about that one.
Uh-huh.
I want you to save one of these for the last one, and it's the one that they just announced like minutes ago. Save the co one. The mixed tag team. Save that one.
Okay. The next one we got the NWA World Championship, EC3 versus Carson Drake.
I'm interested to see how this one goes because what I remember
Mhm.
of Carson last year, he was the biggest heel. He was he was like a young MJF. It was kind of
Wow,
creepy.
that's high
Didn't you think
praise.
so?
Well, he's a very good heel. Yeah, I didn't know if I'd have him in NJF territory yet, but
I said he was a young MJF. He still had some growing to do, but
mhm.
there's that. And
Yeah.
then we have
Upcoming guest benders, Jake Ullman taking
I
on
know.
Matt Riddle.
I'm so excited. Giddy Mindy coming out.
Uh-huh. So
Can't
that'll be
wait to talk to
interesting.
the former Squared Circle Expo champ.
Yes. And then the one that just dropped today, Minderz, is a
I'm so excited.
multi-person mixed tag match. So you got Kevin Thorne and Heather Owens against Haley Shadows and Paul Hubris. Not familiar with him.
No, me either. But
Against
I'm looking
Hooks
at
and Matthew Taylor and the Headbangers.
look at the group that Heather's with, and I absolutely love it.
Yeah. Oh, this is 4-on-4. I thought it was 2-on-2 on
No,
2
it's
on
an
2.
read it,
Uh,
Reb. Come on.
8-person. There's still 8 people in a 4-team match. I had a long day. Leave me alone.
Yeah, I know, AJ.
Oh my goodness. So yeah, that's gonna be fun.
Especially
When
since
I first saw
Heather's gonna be here in a couple weeks, so we
yeah,
have to get it on there.
yes, I won't lie. When I first saw Hooks here, I thought it was Gringo Loco,
Mm-hmm.
but I was mistaken. All right, so I've actually just finished up watching the GCW show from Sunday. Sam was on teaming up with Fuego, so that's just wrapped up. I'm going to cut that off, and
There
now
you go.
we are good to go here. So,
So Dwayne, he's commenting back to
Dwayne,
us.
I had a thought. I had this exact same thought. People were wanting Roman versus Rock. Now it's happening. Everyone's pissed. Fans are fickle. Yes. I tried to find a clip of Danielson saying fickle when he was the planet's champion, but no dice.
What was? I'll have to rewatch the beginning of this podcast because what did you play?
Oh, Ghostbusters.
Yeah, I
Hang on.
know it was Ghostbusters.
I'll play it again.
Human sacrifice, dogs and cats living together, mass hysteria.
That's kind of what crossed my mind when.
But
I
yeah,
mean,
the St. Louis
everybody
crowd
lost
was
their.
not happy last night. Holy goodness.
No, they were not. The, the TV truck managed to cover it up a little bit,
A little bit, but
but
not
a
much.
little.
It
Yeah,
reminded
not
me of
much.
when The Rock first showed up
Oh, the
and they
Die Rocky
started
Die
the
stuff.
Die Rocky Die chant. And I was
Hmm.
like, man.
Oh
It,
yeah, it was something. Hey,
the wife's
not for
calling
nothing,
now.
Minderz, while we're talking about Raw, we got to mention upcoming guest Mike Outlaw was on the show last night.
I think you and I both at about the same time said outlaw sighting.
Uh-huh.
It was funny too because when I found out they were in St. Louis, I was like, and they said, "Get security out here." I said, "No, cut back to the security. I want to see who all it
Yeah,
is." We know
I was half
most of these
expecting to
guys.
see some Premier guys there, but
I was expecting to see Camaro.
well, he's a Ring of Honor guy now.
Mm, that's true.
Yeah, we didn't really talk about that too much, but a couple weeks ago on Ring of Honor, Camaro Jackson was in a match and looked pretty
He
darn good.
was so excited.
That
I'm
time he
hoping that
got noticed.
I'm hoping that opens the door for some of the other 0-1 guys that are in
I
that
wonder
area.
who you're
So.
talking about.
No one.
If I had his head, I'd put it up in the corner, but I don't.
I wish you did because that could stay up there all the time. I wouldn't mind one bit.
Roman is beating Rocket Mania and going on to break Bruno's record. Now, this is unnecessary. Cope, you neckbeards, cope. I hate to tell you this, AJ. Bully Ray said that anybody that thinks that is a fool on Busted Open today. Because I guess somebody mentioned that on his Twitter when they were talking about Roman. He's going to hold it and beat Bruno. But Bully says that it's not going to happen. So I'm
Well,
just
so
saying.
far AJ's been right, so I guess we'll just have to wait
Well,
and
so
see.
far.
We've
But
got a couple more years to go.
he's right though. This is basically just who's going to lose to Roman.
Uh-huh.
It's just, if it's a title match, it's not going to be The Rock, or The Rock's going to lose.
Mm-hmm.
If it's Cody, he's going to lose.
Right.
It's because they are not going to let Roman drop it before he passes Hogan.
I don't think they are either.
So buckle up, Chuckle Fucks. You get another 5-6 months.
Did you just say chuckle fucks? I
may
love
have.
it.
Bully got beat up by Curryman and Shark Boy. You know how every month we're doing a watch along now of a match?
Uh-huh.
I think we may have to do the Fish Market Street fight as a watch along.
Okay.
The Dudley Boys against Curryman and Shark Boy.
All right.
Dwayne, I'd say he holds it till December. I think he's going to hold it till whenever the Garden happens.
December 26th. We're putting dates on this now.
I had a thought, and I know it's probably not going to happen. They haven't announced the location yet for WrestleMania next year.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, this is why I don't eat popcorn on the air. So Mania time is going to fall right around 40 years to the day of WrestleMania 1, late March of 25.
So will they have it at Madison Square Garden?
That's what I'm wondering. Will they have a Mania at Madison Square Garden? And if they do, then that's when you have Cody win the belt.
Yep.
Then you get it. You get all of it. You get the Garden story. You get the Mania story. Rock's already out of the picture.
I thought you told me that Minnesota was supposed to have.
I heard that's a rumor. I heard that's one of the cities that was being discussed, but they haven't made an official announcement. They usually don't do that till Mania.
Yeah. Okay.
Get this whole.
Quit eating popcorn.
I'm sorry.
I know it's entertaining to see everybody squirm,
really
but.
Dance, chickens, dance.
Well, Reb, do you want to talk about any matches that happened over this weekend? Because
the wife has had it. Quit moving the goalpost last year. Everyone was saying it would be this WrestleMania.
It all depends on what's going on.
Now, Stacy asked a good question. Why is it being pushed back? I think there are a few reasons. Number one, obviously, Vince.
Correct.
I mean, they're throwing The Rock out here to try to get attention away from Vince McMahon.
Look over here. Look over here.
And it's working.
It is.
And yeah, AJ, I know it's a smaller venue, but the nostalgic sucker in me wants it to be at the Garden one more time. That's just me. Plus, you can get a pretty good house at the Garden. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
But anyway, Stacy's asking why it's being pushed back. I don't think Punk's injury helped. They had to kind of shuffle things around a little bit.
Not at all.
And for the record, we don't know for sure what's happening. We don't know that Cody's going to challenge Seth Rollins at Mania. We don't know that we don't know for sure that The Rock is wrestling Roman at WrestleMania. He just showed up.
Mm-hmm.
We don't know what the deal is. Some people have said that it's going to be Cody and Roman with The Rock as a referee. There's some people saying it's going to be Roman and Rock in a non-title match doing the tribal combat for head of the table.
I was going to say, Roman and Rock does not have to be for the title.
No, not at all. Dwayne, you are right. We will know Thursday because that's when they're doing their big press event in Vegas. I will be watching. It's at 6 o'clock our time on Peacock, so I'm going to be watching it then.
Well, then I guess I'll be listening as I'm driving down to go watch our buddies down at 01.
Oh, you're going to Edgewood?
Well, it kind of got requested, don't you think?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, you do it for the kids, you know.
I do it for the kids.
I thought about going Thursday. I'm not sure because that tag match is going to be pretty
It's going to be
good.
a banger. I'm excited. Yeah. That's kind of that. In all honesty, that was probably the big thing. That one caught my eye, and so did BA and Tommy Davis. So I think that one's going to be pretty good too.
Yeah, it's we kind of need a redo after this past Saturday.
Whew. This past Saturday, tell you what.
Oh, hang on, real quick. AJ has a comment. This says Seth looks like a simp begging Cody to wrestle him for the belt. I don't know if I see it quite that way. I mean, if you're Seth, you want to have the best opponent you can get, so you got to make your pitch, you know. So the challenger should be hungry for the belt. Cody's hungry for anything.
Yeah.
Cody got the main event. He's good.
It doesn't matter
And
who he
as long
fights.
as there's every time there's two champions, they're looking for a challenger. I'm
Can I
not
throw
on.
this idea out there?
Sure.
I'm going to throw this idea out there.
Okay.
Couldn't Nick Aldis screw over Roman and make him
Sure.
fight Rock on night 1 in the beginning match and Cody on night 2 for the main event?
I don't think The Rock would go for being in the opening match. If he's doing it, it's going to be the main event on night 1 and then Cody night 2 in the main event.
Okay, then make Roman do both.
Yeah, and I'm fine with that. Actually, that idea crossed my mind too because
Let Seth and them open then either night 1 or night 2.
Seth is one of the best openers that they have.
He is.
Because just as important as what closes is what opens the shows. And
well, Rhea and Becky will probably be. That's a good opener too.
Sure,
because Rhea's really good at opening.
But you got to have two openers. You got to have one for night 1, one for night 2. So you could do one or the other. So I was using my noggin, Minderz, and there were 4 conceivable Cody scenarios for WrestleMania.
Okay.
At the very least. Actually 5, because I didn't have with Rock as the referee on there.
Okay.
Okay, so you have Cody versus Seth for the world title.
Okay.
You know, have versus Roman and The Rock in a triple threat match, which I don't want that to happen, but I could see
I don't either.
Roman wrestles both nights, drops title to Cody. That's what we just talked about.
Yep.
And then somebody had thrown out something, and I don't agree with it, but I'm putting it on here because they put it in the universe. Cody, Rollins, Roman, and The Rock in a 4-way. All titles on the line.
No.
I don't like that idea.
I don't like that idea.
That's putting 10 pounds of crap in a 5-pound bag, if you ask me.
Definitely. I guess though, if it's a triple threat.
Nah, sorry AJ. If it's Cody and Seth, they're main eventing night 1. Cody is main eventing one of those nights.
You know, they could do a triple threat because then you're not hurting The Rock and you're not hurting Cody.
True. I heard somebody say that they thought it's going to be. Actually, I think Barry said it. I think he said he thinks it looks like it's going to be Cody, Seth, and Drew in a triple threat.
I wonder if that could happen.
I really want it to be Seth and Drew. I want Drew to get his win.
Yeah.
Right now, Drew's the best heel they got.
He is. He's such a dick.
Oh, he brought the shirt out last night.
It was great. I can't help it. I love my heels, and Drew totally has me all in the corner of him right now. Yeah. I think it's great.
I've always been a Drew fan ever since he came back from TNA.
Yeah. I thought they weren't using him the way they should.
No. Quite not. Indeed. Whew, oh my goodness. Hey, Minderz, I'm a loyal subscriber to what? Nope.
AJ.
Oh, hey, there is that. Priest cashes in. That's option 6. I'll laugh my ass off if Cody finally beats Roman and then just 5 seconds later, Priest cashes in and takes the belt from him.
Huh. That sounds like a finish we've seen down 0-1.
Yeah, Devontae did that.
When Marvin did it. Or when Joey did it to Marvin.
True. They could do it very similarly because, they got numbers.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, like I said, I'm a reader, Minderz. I read voraciously, as you know, and I got a magazine in the mail today, and I wanted to show the picture of it.
Oh, good Lord. Ugh. Take that off the screen, please. I don't want to.
He's so happy.
He might be happy, but it's disturbing. For those of you that don't have the video, it's a picture of Muscle and Fitness with Tony Khan's head.
It's the Vince McMahon Muscle and Fitness issue.
Oh, is it?
2006, and I plastered Tony's face on it.
It's bad.
I didn't do a good job of blending the skin tones.
That's all right.
Tony doesn't have the tan that Vince had back in the day.
Nobody has the tan that Vince had back in the day.
George Hamilton, maybe.
Maybe.
Oh my goodness.
You know, the other one that I'm still curious of what's going to happen is what they're doing with Gunther.
Yes, that's another one of the big questions here.
Would you put that far, far away from you? Quit
I'm
eating your
sorry.
popcorn.
I'm sorry.
But yeah. Yeah, it is, Stace.
Oh my goodness. So I was thinking about who should challenge Gunther at WrestleMania. And it looks like we're going to get probably a 6-man tag at the Chamber pay-per-view, Jay and New Day against the Imperium, which I'm good with, and probably Jay's going to get a shot at some point. Maybe Jay will get the shot at Chamber, then they'll do the 6-man on Raw. It could any number of scenarios.
I would be happier with that, but
yeah,
because I don't think
Jay could be the guy to beat him.
I don't think so.
It could be. I don't think he will be, because I think we're still going to Jay and Jimmy at Mania.
And you've got somebody that was in Mr. Adam Pearce's locker room last night that he had a meeting with.
Yeah, that's one of the options there, because we don't know where young Steiner's going.
Yeah.
And so I'm curious about that. And I had a couple other names that I was thinking. Jay, I had on there. I had this list before Raw last night, so I didn't know.
Gotcha.
Now, see, I don't agree with this. It's very risky to disagree with your spouse, but I don't think it's too soon. I think he's due.
I think he's due, but I don't think I'm kind of with her. I don't think right now is the time to do it, but by the end of the year, yes. But I don't think it's right now.
Well, no. I'm still waiting for the Yogi heel turn.
Yes, I know you are.
AJ said they can do a 6-man tag elimination chamber, Imperium versus New Day and Jay, like a crossover. I don't know that they'll do that. It'd be different, which is good. But this soon after a War Games match, I don't know if they would do that.
Yeah.
So I have 2 other names besides Braun Breaker that Bari mentioned in the comments. Number 1, Andrade just came back. I bet that they would have a hell of a match.
I want to see what Andrade is going to do. Did he have a match last night? I missed part of Raw. I didn't see all of it, but I saw part of it. Okay.
No, he wasn't.
I want to see him in a match that's just a one-on-one again. Now that he's back at WWE.
Yeah. But
just to see if
Andrade and Gunther, though, I mean, that'd be good.
I'm high on Andrade. I'm a big fan of Andrade, though.
I like Andrade. I'm a fan. He kind of you got to take into account. Don't think about what he had him doing in AEW.
Oh, I know. And I'm not. I wasn't a huge fan of him when he was back in NXT. So, I mean, even then, I wasn't a huge fan. So
I've always liked Andrade. That's just me.
But if I remember correctly, it was him and Gargano that were always going back and forth, and I was a Gargano girl when he was in NXT. So that could be part of the reason.
Well, the match where Andrade dropped the NXT title to Black was really good.
Well, see, and then that one I would have been more excited to have Black win. So
yeah, and remember Andrade beat Drew, so he's good at wrestling giant Europeans. So
yes.
The other name I thought of, Minderz, and this is just strictly pie in the sky fantasy booking. What about Truth? I would love to see Truth and Gunther one-on-one.
Oh, Truth. That's about all I can say.
Now, with that said, I'm just about 100%
I don't know.
certain.
Would Gunther take Truth seriously, though?
No, he wouldn't.
Exactly.
But then Truth, people forget Truth is a former world heavyweight champion.
I know.
He can get shit done in the
I know he
ring.
can go. I'm not saying he can't go. I'm just saying.
But Gunther is pretty quick to learn. If he doesn't take us seriously at first, then they'll wake him up, and then you'll get a good match.
Real quick. And then who's going to be... There's so many different possibilities right now, and I love it.
There's like
delivery.
Katie too.
Delivery. But And I know that AJ we were talking Raw here, but can we back it up just a touch to Sunday night?
Yeah, real quick before you do that,
Yes.
who was it? Was it AJ that suggested that Truth needs to take a replica of the briefcase and go challenge the fans in the stands for their replica championships?
Yes.
And then I
He did.
suggested that Tozawa should have on a referee shirt and follow him.
Speaking of Tozawa, how was that him and Ivar match last night?
It was actually a mixed tag team match.
No, it wasn't.
It was. It was.
No,
It was Ivar and Valhalla against Maxine and Tozawa.
So it's Tozawa versus Ivar.
Pretty much.
I respect Valhalla, I do. But there's only so much she can do with Maxine.
Well, yeah. I mean, Maxine got really won the lottery by getting a gimmick where she doesn't have to be a good wrestler.
She sure did. But they need to quit putting her in matches if that's what the gimmick's going to be. Because it's terrible. Holy crap, that match was bad last night.
It was pretty bad.
And I feel bad because I usually don't jump down the throat of the girls' matches or whatever. But there was not a single girls' match last night that was worth a damn.
I'm dreading what Corny's going to say about the ladies' matches last night.
Oh my god. They're so bad.
See, I don't agree with AJ on that one. It's very different characters. Max is not a Viking.
That's true. Max is a mutant.
Max wears shoes.
Max is a mutant.
Max doesn't wear antlers.
Thank goodness.
If they did, Michael Cole would be a huge fan.
Oh, yeah.
All right. Oh, Minderz, let's put a pin in all of this because our guest has arrived.
Guest here.
Yep, so let's go ahead and bring him in. Would you like to do the honors, Minderz?
I'm going to let you do the honors since
all right.
Time.
I'll do the honors. So joining us is a return guest from, I want to say, a year and a half ago.
Pretty close.
We just saw him in GCW over the weekend. Had a hell of a match. And say hello to the King of Thicc Style, Sam Stackhouse. How are you, sir?
Good. How are you doing? How you guys doing?
Welcome back. Good to have you back on with us.
Appreciate having me.
We've kind of changed up the lineup just a little bit since last time you were on here. So, hi, I'm Minderz.
Nice to meet you.
But, well, Mark, you go right ahead because you caught the show this past weekend, and I haven't had a chance to watch it yet.
I literally just watched it after I got home from work today. I love the tag match, you and Fuego against Chris, and this was the first time I've seen Chris Bay's partner, and his name is escaping me.
A man like Darius.
Thank you. I knew it was
he's from the UK, so he's from the UK, so he's just over here doing a little tour, and he's killing it.
Cool. Yeah, he was damn impressive.
Yeah, I think he's Leon Slater.
Yeah,
I think they're normal tag or tagging together in the UK all the time, so he's his tag partner. And Progress and all those over there.
Right. Well, hell, he got you up for a body slam. That was pretty damn impressive.
It was. He's strong.
Well, I had the joy to go back because I know last time you guys talked about this a lot. But would you like to body slam this a few times?
I would.
Okay,
power bombed it once. I power bombed him once.
I was gonna say we went back and watched that. I went back and watched that today, and your Jacob Fatu match. So. Yeah. Like I said, I wasn't on here the first time, so I can legit go back to those.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah, we didn't get to talk to you after the Fatu match because that was coming up when we talked to you last.
Yeah.
So he's been kind of making the news a little bit. He's a free agent now. He's done with MLW.
Yes, sir.
So where do you think do you think he's gonna kind of keep doing the indies? Do you think he's gonna get snapped up by somebody?
Oh, I mean, if someone doesn't snap him up, then I'd be there.
Not to.
Yeah, I can't fathom him staying on the independents for too long. I can't. I mean, I'm fairly positive. I mean, I'm not gonna say I have insider information, but I'm fairly positive that there's people that have been waiting on him to be done with MLW for a while.
Yeah.
So I can't imagine he's one of the best professional wrestlers in the world. I mean, I said at one time, and I heard a very, very prominent member of their family tell him to his face that he's the best wrestler in the family.
Oh,
So
Oh, wow.
he is fantastic. He can do stuff that doesn't make any sense. So and I mean he's good. He can talk on the mic. He can tell a story. He's got all the moves. He's got the intensity. He's got everything. He's ready to go.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever seen him have a bad match. To be honest
I
with you.
don't think it's possible. I mean, I've like, yeah, he's just and that's crazy because if you hear him talk, like he doesn't like he talks about how because he hasn't been wrestling as long as a lot of people think he has, and he talked about how he wasn't good when he first started, and I straight up told him I was like, I can't picture a world where you're not good at wrestling. So I was like, I don't believe that. I don't believe it.
Yeah, I saw him at Flair's last match. He had that match with Josh Alexander.
Oh yeah, yep.
Just knocked my socks off. It was
Oh yeah, dude. He's at a WrestleCade on Thanksgiving weekend. He wrestled Vikingo, and it was insane. It was absolutely insane.
Vikingo. Oh boy.
Yeah.
Sorry. Thicc Style's more my style. I'm not a lucha. I'm not a lucha girl like a lot of people. So I'm a technical wrestler girl. So not so much high flying.
Yeah. He can do stuff with his body. Don't make any sense either.
Yeah, he can, and I've seen him in person, so it was pretty crazy.
He picked Fatu up too. He picked up Fatu like he wasn't much either. So Vikingo's pretty strong too.
Yeah.
Jeez. When I saw Vikingo, it was Vikingo, Gringo Loco, Black Taurus, and who was the other one in that match? I don't remember who the other one was.
Commander? I think they're usually together.
No, it wasn't Commander. Because this was at Dreamwave up around here, which is like another indie show up here. I can't remember who it was. Oh well.
Your buddies are in the chat, Minderz. If they know, they can chime in.
Yeah, they'll chime in. Burry, who fought in that 4-way match for the championship?
I mean, speaking of Black Taurus, do you want to see a crazy match? Look up the clips from Fatu versus Black Taurus. It's wild. Fatu hit him with a top rope. Like Black Taurus was sitting on the top rope, and Fatu hit him with a hurricane, like a standing hurricane from the top all the way top rope. He was like a poison rod. That match was. I think it was in Denver at IWC Legacy. It was crazy.
Oh, good Lord. What is AJ asking? He's asking.
Oh, AJ's got a question for you, Sam, here. So other than Fatu, who are some of your favorite opponents you've been in the ring with? What match do you say, Dan, we went to war about?
I'm probably Brian Keith. He's like, to this day, Brian Keith, I had my best match of my entire life with Brian Keith. And then because I think my top 3 matches of my entire life are probably BK #1 and that Fatu match, and then probably Mysterious Q. Those are my top 3 matches, in my opinion, of my entire career. So yeah, BK's best, definitely that match. Because I've always been critical of myself a lot. Like I'm my own worst critic. Like I've not done a lot of stuff that I liked, basically. But there's a little 30-second piece of that match that I couldn't find, that I've tried. I've watched it probably 1,000 times, literally, and I can't find anything that I don't like about it. And he gave that to me, so that match will always be probably my top match for a long time, probably forever.
I'm a huge Brian Keith fan too.
Oh yeah.
Well, I think it was actually me that I asked Reb, I said, hey, when can we get Sam back on the podcast? Because I was just a listener before.
Yeah. Okay. That makes sense.
Well, sometimes substitute co-host when Narge wasn't around, but you got promoted.
I got promoted.
Yes. So Sam, did I hear right that this past Sunday was your first time in Arizona?
Yep. The first time wrestling there,
yeah. So how many states is that for you now?
Let's see. I'm gonna say like 16, I think. Yeah, I think it's 15 or 16.
Okay.
So I know I'm knocking off. I got Alabama next month, so that'll be a new one. And then I have Louisiana coming soon, and I'm trying to get to Florida and Tennessee and California this year. I'm hoping. So, and Philadelphia, I'll knock off. What is that?
Pennsylvania.
There it is. I was like, what state is that? all I could think was other cities in Pennsylvania. I couldn't think of Pennsylvania for some reason. But yeah, so I'll be knocking that one off soon too. So,
are you going up to the collective?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Nice.
Reb, I'm going to throw it out there. I want to see Sam Stackhouse versus KLD.
Oh, that'd be interesting. You know KLD from the St. Louis area?
I do. Yes, yeah, WrestleMax, right?
Yeah, he does WrestleMax. Yep, he does WrestleMax.
Yep. Oh yeah.
he wrestles at our independent one too. That's here closer to
Okay.
our house or
Yeah.
closer to home. So I was like, man, who do I want to see? I want to see
Well, that'd be
Sam
cool.
wrestle at
Oh, yeah.
KLD.
That'd be dope. Yeah, I saw he showed out that last when they did the GCW show in St. Louis last year. He showed out in that match.
Yeah. I
There's
think
a
he
couple
teamed with
guys.
Lander in that match.
Yeah, he
Minderz.
showed out.
Lander. Ew.
Be nice.
I'm
So, have
trying.
you wrestled in Illinois yet, Sam?
I did a show like outside of Chicago 10 years ago. It's been a long time.
Well, this is
So
what
just
your
once.
15th year.
This year in October will be 15. Yeah.
15. That's what I thought I remembered from the last time you were on the show.
An old man.
Oh, you're still younger than we are. Thank you.
Oh, in wrestling, I'm an old man though.
Yeah. Okay.
In wrestling's like dog years.
Yeah, exactly. So I know you've got some matches coming up. Who are you most looking forward to facing?
Well, this weekend I'll be in Harrison. I got the GCW show. I'll be back at GCW in Dallas, and then the very next day I'm in a 6-man with Eric Redbeard. So that's pretty exciting.
That's
so
nice.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that one pretty much. Yeah, so I think that's the biggest match that I have announced so far. But I got some. I got a lot of stuff coming up, and especially it always helps after these GCW shows. Stuff picks up every time I get to be on GCW. So
are you going to WrestleMania? Are you going to go and watch WrestleMania this year? Because I think last time
I didn't get to go. This time I was just telling my wife earlier today that I want to try to go this time because last time I was asleep during Mania because it was the first Mania in Dallas. That was my first Mania weekend, and I was not prepared for the amount of action versus sleep ratio was nowhere close. So on when that Sunday came around, I was asleep. There's a lot of midnight show because I had a midnight show to get up to go to on Sunday night too. So those midnight shows kill me.
Yeah, I was gonna say, Reb, I was looking at the card from this last Sunday, and I saw one of our other little buddies was on there too, Mr. Cole Radrick.
Oh, that's
yeah, Ratty Daddy was on there.
Yeah.
Ratty Daddy.
We play Rocket League.
Oh, do you?
Yeah, that's my boy.
Well, where we're at, we're kind of in the middle. We're about 2.5 to 3 hours away from either Chicago, St. Louis, or Indianapolis. So we're kind of like in a little hub.
Yeah.
So we kind of.
I can't say enough good things about Cole Radrick. He's been like ever since my very first day at GCW. He's been one of the ones he's been cool to me ever since. And he even sent me a real dope message about the match on Sunday and stuff yesterday. So that's my boy. That's my boy. He's a dog. He's a dog at Rocket League. I'll tell you that.
I'll tell you, he had a heck of a match with Kerry Morton on Sunday too.
Yeah. Kerry's my guy too. I know.
Kerry's awesome.
I might be the only person in the world that likes him, but
Hey, I'm a Southern Six fan.
At GCW, I guess. Yeah. I might be the only person at GCW that likes him, I guess.
Speaking of Kerry, there's another guy I'd love to see in the ring with his Silas Mason.
That'd be cool. Yeah, that's a big old boy. Big boy.
He's one of the guys
I probably look up to him. Matter of fact, I might be wider than him, but he's probably taller than me.
Yeah. Made a hell of a Terry Gordy in the movie, from what I saw.
Heck yeah.
So.
I haven't seen it yet.
We haven't. I haven't either. I haven't seen the movie yet either.
Yeah, I've just seen previews and things like that.
I've heard all kinds of. I've heard. Well, it's either they like it or they don't. That's basically the consensus I've gotten from everybody. Because there's I haven't heard anybody say anything in between. They either like, oh, you should see it's the best thing ever, and then they're like, it's the biggest piece of crap I've ever seen in my life. It's not. Nobody's just like, it's cool.
It was all right.
Yeah, nobody said that yet.
I know the guy that played Flair got a lot of heat for not looking or sounding like Ric Flair.
Yeah.
I mean, there's only one Ric Flair though. So.
Yeah, I mean, that's not his fault. You take the job, bro.
That's right.
If they paid me to be Ric Flair, I'd have been Ric Flair.
There you go. So I kind of want to talk to you about your show in Alabama because. If I'm looking at this right, I just jumped on Sam's Facebook page. Is this a Haas fight? Is this a Haas tournament?
It's a Haas tournament.
Nice.
Yeah. Cole Radrick's in it. So, see?
Wow.
Yeah. They might be using the word Haas loosely, but it's fine. It'll be fun. I'm looking forward to it. It's a two-day thing, March 1st and 2nd, I believe.
Nice.
So it's a 2-day event, so it's going to be cool. I plan on being in the tournament a while, so I'll be there both days.
You should
We
be.
may have to direct Sam to our Pro Wrestling Tees Minderz, get him a Hoss Fights Draw Money T-shirt.
Heck yeah.
That's the
That's
shirt
a
I
good
should
shirt.
have wore
That's a
tonight.
good shirt.
But yeah, we
And
got a
it's
Hoss
true.
Fight, Draw Money, and then or
I'm all about
or
Hoss
Sam Stackhouse versus Conley. I'm just saying. Have you
Oh,
seen
that'd be
Mad Dog
interesting.
Conley yet?
I haven't. I don't think so.
He's a check out if you get a chance. Check out St. Louis Anarchy,
Uh-huh.
and it was Mad Dog Conley versus Minderz. One
Okay.
called Minderz.
Oh, I love Minderz too.
Whew.
I
And it
talked
was
to
a
him
dog
in person
collar fight.
someday. Oh my goodness, Minderz is a dog too, so I can't imagine that.
Yeah,
Man,
yeah. There was
he
a little bit
rough.
of juice in that one. Little juice
Yeah,
in that
I
one.
can imagine, boy. Minderz ain't one to play with. He rough in there. He gets down.
I'm chuckling here a little because I just saw I'm looking at the Haas tournament to see who all's in it.
Yeah.
Reb, we actually know a couple of these guys.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Fuego's in it. Brandon
Fuego's
Toon.
in it.
Is it Braden Toon or Brandon Toon? Can't remember. One of the he's in it. He's good. I've seen him on GCW. He can go. There's a few people I know in it. It's gonna be fun.
But Marshall Matthews or Marcus
Mathers?
Yeah, Mather. No, this is
Marcus
Matthews.
Mathers.
No, it's the tag team formerly known as the Bang Brothers.
Oh, not the Bang Bros.
Not the
Okay.
Bang Bros. They're
I'll tell
both
you,
in it.
just go by that, and all legal issues are avoided. Just say you're not the Bang Bros.
Not the Bang Bros. It's
Not
fine.
the Bang Bros. But yeah, we've been throwing the idea around about we would love to see a Haas fight. Big E started it all off, and I know you're a wrestling fan, so you probably know exactly what we're talking about.
Oh, yeah.
But all of us, our group of friends, were all like, "Yes, we want this to happen now, please."
Yeah, and just last weekend, or not obviously I guess 2 weekends ago, whatever. However you do math, I don't know. I wrestled Angel Camacho, and me and him always had that's always a tough one. It's always a tough one, man. I always end up with bruises everywhere after I wrestle Camacho because we just slap into each other for about 8 to 10 minutes, and then one of us lands on the other one and we don't get up. That's usually how it happens.
And then you're both like, "Yeah, we're done. We're tired."
Yep, that's generally about 12 minutes in, we're using each other to stand up because we just slapped into each other so much, and then one of us falls on the other one, and then we're done.
All right, so
if Big E gets his Meaty Mania match, whatever it's called, I think they got to get Sam in there.
Yeah.
Yes.
So, like I said, I know you're a wrestling fan. They didn't mean
not
to attack the
an
old lady.
It's incidental contact. She didn't get her shit and move.
Yeah, she didn't get her shit.
You got to listen. You got to get out of the way.
But I know you're a wrestling fan, and of course, Reb earlier had his popcorn and was just sitting back and watching how everything blew up. But we want to know, what's your take on this whole Rock Roman, Cody Roman, whatever crap? What's your take on it? Do you think are you upset with it, or?
I mean, I'm not. I don't know if I'm upset. I mean, I fight. I don't know how to explain it. I have this weird thing that's built in. I don't know if it's good or not, but they've never let me down. I don't think so. I figure I trust them to figure it out. They generally get to where they need to be eventually. Sometimes they take weird money things that don't really make sense. But this is clearly about the money, which is at the end of the day, like, they have to do it because in order for this business to keep going, it has to make money. So, like, I understand that, and like a lot of people said, WrestleMania is not necessarily for the person that's watching every week. It's to make new people to watch every week for the next year until the next WrestleMania. Yep. So having The Rock come back, it should be a huge thing. It's just a bad timing issue because right now Cody's the hottest thing going, and it's tough because, like I said, The Rock coming back should be a huge celebrated thing for everybody. It's what everybody's wanted for years and years. It's just a bad timing thing. It's just a bad timing thing and it's just hard to believe. You don't know what to believe because, like, you see the reports that he just bullied his way in and all that stuff. But also that doesn't seem like a thing. Like, that just seems like made up stuff. Like, it's clearly they have shareholders to answer to, and if you're a general share, most of those shareholders probably know nothing about wrestling. They just saw the percentage of money they could make, and so most of them watch movies on the weekends and stuff, and TV shows and whatnot. And I'm sure they've seen The Rock. So if you're just a shareholder in this company and you've got millions of dollars in this thing, if like who are you gonna pick, The Rock? Or you gonna pick Cody Rhodes? No offense,
Right.
to obviously, if you know anything about anything right now, you'd probably pick Cody Rhodes because Cody Rhodes he's the top draw. He's the dude right now.
He's the
Yeah.
guy
And
right now.
yeah, he is. So, but like I said, I think it's just a bad timing thing. I kind of feel bad for The Rock because I don't think he's the type that likes to likes to be the bad guy, and he's kind of being the bad guy there. And part of me hopes that he leans into it because I loved Bad Guy Rock back in Hollywood Rock. I loved
Yeah.
that.
Oh
That
yeah.
was fantastic. So hopefully he just shows up here in his black leather pants and just starts running down the cities again. That would be
That big
fantastic.
belt buckle.
That would be fantastic. Then that would make it all worth it.
Yeah.
But also deep down, I'm fairly positive that the end of WrestleMania is still going to somehow see Cody Rhodes with that title raised at the end of the fireworks and stuff going off. Like I said, I don't know how they're going to pull it off, but like I said, I've been watching WWE for like 30 years now, and they've never let me down before. I mean, like I said, I felt like they've let me down, but then in the end, they always get to where I think they need to be. So I think they'll figure it out.
Yeah. What's funny is it seems like every dirt sheet has a different angle.
Oh yeah,
to this.
And half of them don't even spell the words right. So
right. But you got some people saying it's The Rock bullied his way in. Some people say, "Oh, The Rock is 100% behind Cody," and then there are people saying that Nick Khan wanted it or something. It's every conceivable notion.
I'm more inclined to believe that the Rock knows exactly what it is, and he's there to do what he's supposed to do. He's there to get his cousin over. He's there to do what Hulk Hogan did for him. He's there to do that and then get it, like, to make money and get the company over and everything at the same time. Because now The Rock's a shareholder, isn't he, or something like that, isn't he?
He's on the board.
He's on the board.
Yeah, so it matters to him to make money too. So he's gonna do what's best to make money over every. I don't think that his ego is bigger than the amount of money he stands to make if they do this right. So
Yeah.
I think that Roman will be solidified as the head of the table, and somehow Cody will still get what's coming to him too.
If Cody winds up challenging Seth, I don't think there's a way they cannot put the belt on Cody, that world title. And
See, I'm torn on that because I don't see a way that they can after they've kind of buried that one now. They kind of made that one less important, and if Cody wins that one, it's going to be hard to. He kind of himself already called it a consolation prize, kind of. So
yeah,
it's going to be hard. I think story wise it'd be better. Like they could continue the story if he challenges Seth, and they figure out some way to keep it going. Because if they end up doing just Rock versus Roman, they're going to have to. I mean, like I said, they get paid the big bucks. They'll figure it out.
Yeah.
I'm just a wrestler. I do what I'm told. So they figure these people get paid way more to think for people like me. So I'm sure they'll figure it out.
Yeah. I don't know
Reb,
if you listened to Busted Open, but Bully Ray was talking about that today, and it's basically kind of saying the same thing. Is like he's convinced that Cody needs to win the title at the Garden.
Well, see that I've seen a bunch of people say that that's the only thing that they could do to make it still mean something. Because like I said, I still in my brain I still can't see him not winning at Mania. Like in my brain, it has to be at Mania. Or it's not like it's still cool to win, but I feel like it just means so much more if it's at Mania. And like I guess the second place to mean more would be at Madison Square Garden, but I feel like Mania is the place that needs that, because then that's, like I said, that's where they bring in the new fans. So the new fans need to realize that Cody Rhodes is the guy. So
Yeah.
I think they'll make it right somehow.
Yeah,
hopefully.
I did kind of throw it out there earlier on the show before you jumped in. WrestleMania 41 would be 40 years to the year, the first WrestleMania. So I would love to see them do 41 at Madison Square Garden, but I don't know if that's going to be the case.
That would make sense. They haven't ran there when they're wild. That would be wild. That'd be a good thing to do. But
yes,
Reb, you have to tell him you're J booking.
Oh yeah,
you have to tell him you're J booking.
I don't know how familiar you are with Ole Anderson, Sam.
Yeah.
Remember when Ole turned on Dusty in Georgia in 1980? I think that needs to be Jay's booking. He needs to do the same thing to Cody. Go back with the bloodline.
That'd be wild. That would be wild.
Man. The heat would be nuclear.
Oh my, yeah, dude. They would. Because he's, I guess, if anybody's second in overness right now to Cody is Jey Uso right now. He is super over right now.
Because Ole spent a year and a half as a babyface trying, telling that story, getting everybody to trust him, and then just boom, took Dusty
as
out.
much as I love a good guy Uso, the Usos they're just heels to me. Like they're so much better. Much better than bad guys, I feel like. So I'm down for that. But I think he's gonna be the one that beats Walter, I think, or what's his name now?
Gunther.
Gunther, there it is. Yeah. He always Walter to me. I'm a Walter.
Oh
guy.
yeah,
He'll always be Walter to me too.
yeah. I've gotten used to Gunther, but yeah, he's
I refuse to get used to it because I just never stopped calling him Walter. So
Actually, we have actually thrown around the idea of Ilya coming back up or coming up.
that'd be sweet because he's
right.
That's what I always thought too. But I thought I saw. I've been behind all this week as I was on the road all week, so I got to get caught up on everything. But I thought I saw something where like Jay came out or something at Walter Gunther.
Yeah,
they
started.
That was Monday night. It was
So
Raw.
That match is gonna. I mean, if that match is gonna be good. Match is gonna be good.
Looks like we're gonna get Imperium against Jay and the New Day in a 6-man at some point too.
Heck yeah, that'd be good too.
Which, if Big E's not there, Jay's your guy because he makes the most sense.
For sure. So yeah, I'm sure they'll figure it out. I'm sure they'll be good for him. I'm sure they'll do good by him because Jay deserves it. They've been there for what, 15 years, something like that, close to. Been there a long time.
Right around there, yeah.
Greatest tag, in my opinion, it has to be argument for the greatest tag team ever. So, like, yeah, I'm sure he'll be a star, or he's already a star, but you know, he'll get his at Mania. Well, they got the main event WrestleMania last year, which was dope. Yeah, which that was cool too, because in Denver, I was doing a whole little 3-show weekend in Denver, and I got to go to the house show, and I got to have dinner with him and Solo and Jacob. It was pretty cool.
Oh wow!
Cool.
Yeah, it was wild. It was the week before Mania. Nice. Literally the week before Mania. It was wild.
So whenever we see these shows, like we were talking earlier, Mike Outlaw was in the security battalion last night during the Nia Rhea segment. So I was curious, have you gotten to do any of that kind of extra work for WWE?
The problem is I'm about twice as wide as all the people there, so the chances of them slapping a security shirt on me and putting me on the camera is not very high. I always tell people my chance of being an extra went away when Adam Rose got fired. Because I would have been a killer Rosebud. I'll tell you that right now.
Rosebud.
I would have been a killer Rosebud.
Actually, the Rosebuds are like the greatest faction ever.
I'm telling you, I would have killed it.
As far as first championship lineage, for sure.
As far as championship lineage.
Oh yeah,
like
for sure. All of them. Yeah, that's wild. I think I saw a picture of that on Twitter or something like that the other day. That is crazy.
Well, by the time you figure Becky Lynch was a Rosebud.
Yeah, Alexa Bliss, Braun
Yeah.
Strowman. Like all of them were that's wild.
But it was like, man, yeah, you look back and you think about it. So what do you think about Liv coming back at the Royal Rumble?
I mean, I'm a Liv fan, but I mean, I was expecting Jade Cargill to be number 30 the entire time, but
she impressed, man. She was
she was impressive. Her and Jordan Grace were both.
Yeah, that because I still haven't got to watch the whole men's Rumble in like from start to finish. I got to watch the whole women's because I was in Colorado that weekend, so we were just watching on an iPad in the locker room. So I got to see the whole women's match. And it was really like Jordan Grace coming out was awesome. Naomi coming back was awesome. Like that, I thought the women's Rumble match was really, really good. And I thought all the matches were really good too. I thought the Kevin Owens and homie match. What's his name? I always call him his brothers. I always get Logan in the I get him mixed
Logan.
Up. I thought that match was well done. Especially the finish was great in that match. That was with the brass knuckles. That was awesome. That was awesome. And I don't think he's had a bad match since he's been around. He's probably him and Bad Bunny probably took to wrestling better than any celebrities ever have.
Logan Paul still does buckshot lariat better than Adam Page does.
I mean, I'm not going to have me saying that on the internet, but you know.
I'll say it. I'll say it for you. How's that?
Appreciate
Get that out of the corner, Reb. I will hurt you. I was okay with sharing.
He heard you.
Corner. He must have. I got Magnum over here hanging out above my shoulder. Take him out of there, please. Please.
Right.
Okay, that's better.
Oh wow.
We're a little salty at Tony sometimes.
Yeah.
Sometimes I think we pick on him too much.
It's all right. Yeah. I hope to work for you one day, boss.
there you go.
Smart man.
Yeah, okay. I get it. But yeah, Reb, go ahead. I lost my train of thought real quick, so it's on you, bud.
Okay. Well, something I think I meant to ask you this the last time you were on about like when you're in the ring. Do you prefer to wrestle the junior heavyweights like you did this past Sunday, or the big guys like a KLD or a
I mean, I like with the style I like to wrestle. I like to wrestle the fast flippy people because I like to try to do fast flippy things. So
Yeah.
I've always been more drawn to the like hardcore flippy, just going balls to the wall style of wrestling. Anyways, it's like I was real big. I think we probably talked about this first time I was on here. I was real big in the ECW when I was young. So they're just going and going, but also telling stories at the same time because I was thinking about this today. Like I've always drawn to moments like that in my entire life. When I was a kid, I was drawn to moments, and now like everywhere I go, I get to do that, and it's pretty cool because like I like to think I don't just do moves because nobody just that match last week. I'm pretty sure that body slam got the biggest pop of the entire show on a GCW show.
I mean,
And
you guys were building to that the entire match.
Oh yeah. And some rando guy like me from Oklahoma did that on a GCW show in Arizona. So like that's the stuff it's about. That's what it's about. But
yeah,
I kind of lost my train of thought because I forgot what the question was now.
Oh, you're good because you answered it right along what it would have been. Yeah, you're good.
Can chalk up working with Swoggle in that list too.
Oh yeah, that was crazy. Like I probably talked about this last time. I still haven't processed all the stuff that's happened to me the past like 2.5, 3 years. It has been because like it went from 0 to 1,000 real quick, and it hasn't stopped. I still haven't. I mean, on the commentary, Nick Gage is putting me over on commentary. When I first came out, he's talking about my boy Stackhouse, and he told me before we went out that he picked my match to call and stuff. That is crazy.
Oh, wow.
That's Nicolas Gage. Yeah. That's wild. But yeah, it's been a crazy time. But I haven't even had time to process the hair. I haven't processed the Hammerstein yet. I'm still at the Cardona match from 3 years ago when having a GCW title match on my second GCW show ever. I'm still there. I haven't processed that yet. So
he was talking about ECW and Reb, one of our favorite guests that's coming back again here in a couple weeks. We've got Just Incredible coming back.
Oh snap! That's dope. He was on a GCW show a few months ago. I think it was when they were in Detroit. I think it was. Yeah.
He's a blast.
Oh,
He's so funny.
I learned a lot from him. Well, no, I've never met him, but he did it was maybe 5 or 6 years ago. He was doing a YouTube series or whatever, like how to like just teaching like it was basically 4 wrestlers just telling you how the business really works, something like that. And I learned a lot from that little series that he put up there. So.
But we learned a lot from him too.
Yeah, he's a hell of a storyteller, that's for sure.
Oh heck yeah! Oh yeah!
Painted quite a word picture.
Oh, heck yeah! I'm gonna have to make sure to tune in for that one. That's good. That's dope.
And then who was it? We had Jack Victory on then a few weeks ago.
Jack Victory's on a couple weeks ago. Yeah,
that's crazy. Yeah. Okay.
He was in his truck.
He was in his truck.
He was stuck at work.
Well, I'm a big ECW guy.
Oh, yeah.
I bought a Blue Meanie print while I was in at WrestleCade. It's back over there. Yeah. It's pretty cool.
Very nice.
I'm proud. I got to get a frame for it. It'll be up by the next time I'm on.
Yeah.
We got a wrestling expo coming up the end of March that we're going to in Indianapolis.
I got one of Fonzie's whistles.
Oh, that's cool. That's dope. Yeah, he was when I found out he was at the Hammerstein, I lost my mind. that was so cool. It was so cool.
We have a Squared Circle Expo coming up at the end of March. And we're super excited. Shane's going to be there. Who else is going to be there, Reb? Do you remember?
Is Shane going to be there?
Shane Douglas, I thought. Wasn't Shane Douglas?
He was at WrestleCade too. I got to meet him. It was pretty sweet.
He's a cool guy.
Oh, yeah.
Sabu's going to be there. Mikey Whipwreck.
Oh, that'd be. See, I would love to meet Mikey Whipwreck. That would be so cool.
Yeah, Tajiri's there too.
Yeah, that was the highlight of my weekend of WrestleCade. Was I got to see Tajiri live. It was him and Joey Janela, and they had a real cool match because he hit all the classics. The classics. The springboard. He hit the spot. He hit the tarantula. He hit the mist. 2 different colors of mist. Nice. Might add, because they did a cool spot where he had got like Joey turned around and took the mist, but he had like secretly snuck his sunglasses on or whatever. And then while he was talking shit about it, then he caught the other one with that. That's
awesome.
Yeah, it was awesome.
I say Mance Warner actually has a match. They do 2 wrestling shows one each night, and Mance Warner is actually fighting Elias.
Oh wow!
So we're excited to see that one too.
Mance Warner broke my face. Literally broke my face.
He didn't break it with his ass, did he?
No, he broke it with his knee.
We know a guy that happened to.
We know a guy that broke his nose because he caught an ass to the face.
I mean, there's worse things.
I suppose.
I guess. We forgot about Effie.
Oh yeah. Effie's gonna be there too.
Hey, he's great.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Effie's taught me a lot too.
Yeah, he's a guy we want to get on here at some point.
He's smart. He is a smart man.
Go ahead, Reb. I was looking to see because I know Jerry Lawler's going to be there. Brooklyn Brawler's going to be there.
Oh, that's awesome.
Cardona versus Ultimo Dragon.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, that's the main event for Saturday night.
Whoever thought that would have? That's a wild thing.
That is
Jake
wild.
Oman.
Someone had to think that. They're like, we're Ultimo Dragon. I think that sounds cool. That's crazy.
Teddy Long, Coco Beware, the Headbangers. Yeah, Shane Douglas is going to be there. He's going to be there on Friday night. Jake Christ.
I think Teddy Long will be at that show that I'm wrestling Redbeard at. He'll be at that too, I think.
Will he?
Yeah.
And we'll put you in a tag match.
I will, yeah.
But yeah, we've got a pretty exciting weekend coming. But that again, that's for just us old timers, I guess.
Oh shoot, they'll be kids. You'd be surprised how many of the young generation are into older wrestling. You'd be surprised.
Oh yeah, it's our buddy Narge, our original co-host. He watches the old stuff with his kids all the time.
Oh yeah.
The old stuff. Well, we asked Jack Victory this, and we actually asked him what he thought of the product now as to what it was back in the day. And his response was he's tired of seeing everybody stand around and wait.
That makes sense, yeah.
So I was like, all right, I see what you're saying, Jack. We understand. But
that's why I'm drawn to the ECW stock because it just was nonstop. It was just as soon as sometimes before the bell rang, but most of the time as soon as the bell rang, it was just, from bell to bell. It was just action, you know.
Yeah,
I loved it.
So great.
So Sam, we always hear a lot of talk about the young guys and the veterans and taking advice in the locker room. You're one of the veterans in the locker rooms you're in. Did they ever come to you for advice? Let's kind of ask you to check things out.
They do, and it still weirds me out because I'm still not like in my own brain. I'm still just the kid that was trying to get advice from everybody else. So but yeah, there are people that ask me for advice stuff, and it's pretty awesome. And I love sharing what I know because that's the only reason that I've gotten to where I was is because other people told me how to get here. And and I tell people all the time, it's written wrestlers have written books. There's resources out there. There's like the Just Incredible video series he was doing. There's all kinds of the stuff that Maven's doing right now teaching. I mean, there's all kinds of stuff, especially it's easier now to be a wrestler than any time before. And like these, I'm about to say something real old sounding, but these young kids, they don't know how good they got it right now. Even for me, because like I started in 2009, and we had the social media, we had YouTube, and all this stuff too. Yep. But now it's on a whole nother level now.
It is. Brad, did you happen to see who was in our chat? Your old podcast buddy.
My buddy, the bearded dragon, Gary Vasilio. Look at that. Ultimo Dragon's my favorite light heavyweight ever, probably. It's true. I've known Gary for a long time, and he's big on the Japanese junior heavyweights from WCW.
I don't blame him.
But yeah, Gary's I don't know if you'd say a cynic, a skeptic.
It's always a work.
His favorite sentence is "It's a work." Whenever anything's going on, the whole brawl out thing, he spent a year and a half saying it was a work.
Yeah.
I mean, it's wrestling. You know, you never know. You never know.
It's like I say, don't assume everything's a work, but don't assume everything isn't.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah, because you never know. I'll guarantee you, there's some things that weren't a work people think there was, and there's things that were a work that people think weren't. So.
But yeah, definitely. Like I said, I'm one of those. I love the old storytelling. I love when things take 6 months to tell the story.
Yeah,
that's my favorite. So it's like everything's going on the bloodline. I'm like, okay, I'm down with this. Although it has gotten a little stale, but it's okay. But anything that takes a while to tell the story, those are my favorite matches.
I knew it, Gary.
Gary, half of me thinks this Rock situation is worse.
My whole theory on the Rock thing is I think they brought him back to change the conversation because obviously the past couple weeks, the conversation about WWE was not. You type in WWE in Google and not good things come up. But then all of a sudden the Rock's back. You type in WWE in Google, then all of a sudden you just see the Rock's face. Right
over here, it's like, hey, look over here. Okay, this hand's doing something. Look
exactly,
here.
Exactly. Which I mean, like, I feel like I'm torn on it because I feel like they should, like, obviously they have to distance themselves from Vince in this whole situation, clearly. But like, I feel bad because like there's dudes, there's women and dudes that have been working their tails off, and to get overshadowed by your boss being a pervy little douche, that's horrible for them too. So and like imagine you just had a killer main event match or won the Rumble, and they're asking about some pervy old man instead of trying to ask you questions about what you just accomplished something that someone had, what was it, 27 years or 20 something years or whatever since someone back to back, and they're asking Cody about the Vince thing. Like, that has to be like, that's just terrible. That's terrible. So
he handled it.
Oh, he did, yeah.
Better than
so I get what they were trying to do with The Rock. I just, like I said, it's just terrible timing right now. It's just terrible timing.
We got another question for you, Sam. AJ again says, what are some of your favorite road stories or ribs you've pulled/seen pulled in your time in the business?
Oh, you never know what's going to happen out on the road, but I've seen people like padlock the loop on the back of your shoes. I've seen people padlock those together or padlock them to your belt loops. I've seen people do all kinds of stuff. And like, oh yeah, but my favorite ribs are like the ones that are like good-hearted, like me, like when like everyone knows what wrestling is, but like when I like when you send a young kid out there that's about to get like a push and he doesn't know it or whatever, like he's about to win a title, but you don't tell him. I like those kind of ribs and stuff, like where it's like, like a meaningful one. I don't like being just a jerk for no reason. I've never been really into like chop lines and like physically ribbing people. That's never been my thing. Yeah. But I like a good surprise win, or like a surprise, like you don't tell somebody that they're getting a match with a name or something like that. I like those kind of ribs better. And then wrote the stories. I mean, I got all kinds of stories, but like I don't have any juicy stories because it's like wrestling. Like the I guess a good thing about wrestling is that it's not nearly as wild on the road, I don't think, as it used to be. There's no more drug infused like 72-hour bingers, or at least not for me, but or the people that I roll with. So I mean, most of my stories are just seeing cool things and just being with my friends. Like I Fuego del Sol's become my best friend in this life, and I got to do that on that big stage with him last week, and that was absolutely insane. So those are my favorite. Just being on the road with my friends and stuff, and like we passed like the world's largest pistachio on the way to in Arizona. It was in New Mexico somewhere. Like just stuff like that. That's like that's wild. Where else? Like you're on the way to a wrestling show on a Sunday morning and see the world's largest pistachio nut. It's pretty big. It's a pretty big nut, by the way.
I'm sure it is.
I was gonna say, I'm sure things have changed too, because you hear the stories of what happened on the road back in the day.
Yeah.
And now though, here's the difference. They didn't have social media.
Oh yeah. I imagine if there was cameras in the 80s or like cell phones. Oh no, my goodness.
No, thank you.
I could not imagine. Imagine if Ric Flair got recorded in the 80s. Holy smokes.
Oh no.
My goodness.
Yeah.
Imagine if there a camera phone on the party plane or whatever the heck that was. Holy smokes.
Plane Ride from Hell? Yeah, that one.
Imagine there's a camera phone on that thing.
Yeah, no kidding. No, thank you.
Imagine if there was a camera on Fuji.
Yeah, that would have been wild.
Well, I think that's why, like, we like to enjoy. We sit back and watch, Dark Side of the Ring, and Tales from the Territories has probably been one of my favorite wrestling things that they've had on here recently. Yeah. And it's just like hearing all the stories of things of people that if they would have done that now, wouldn't have gotten the same response they did then.
No, not at all. No.
But it's
like the stuff people used to say and do and stuff, it's just changed. It's changed so much. But again, like if we look back, or if we fast forward 10, 20 years from now, and like the stuff we say and do now is probably not gonna, like, it's gonna be different. It might go backwards. It might go for, like, who knows what's gonna happen. So, but yeah, it's definitely changed. So the road stories aren't as wild. I mean, there's still probably some wild ones that I have some not safe for work stories and whatnot from, like, there's been some crazy nights. Don't get me wrong, there's been some crazy nights, but nothing too crazy. Nothing too crazy. For
like I
me,
said, anything
anyways.
that goes on
I've
Facebook
seen,
stays on
I've
Facebook.
seen
No,
some
thank you.
things. Yeah, I've seen some things, but I'm a wrestle, get something to eat, and go back to the hotel guy.
There you go.
Yeah.
The only time I hang out all night is if I happen to be on the show with Jacob Fatu, because that man can go. That man can go. He's a monster inside and outside the ring. So he'll keep. But I'll stay up all night. I'll stay up all night. We were at an arcade last time. It was cool. We were playing Guitar Hero till like 6 o'clock in the morning. It was wild. It was awesome.
That sounds like fun, actually.
It was. Well, when I say wild, I mean we just don't go to sleep. Like we don't go.
Right.
We don't do anything crazy. We find a cool place and we just hang out there all night. It's pretty good. It's pretty cool.
Yeah.
But those are the extent of my crazy or my safe to tell wrestling stories.
You're safe to tell
Yeah.
wrestling. Safe to tell wrestling.
Where I don't have to change the names and locations.
There you go. You don't have to protect anybody.
Hey, we got another question for you, Dwayne. What's this in here? If you weren't a wrestler, what would you see yourself doing? And I know you're a accomplished merch maker nowadays. You're making all kinds of cool stuff.
Yes, sir. Well, I mean, before I was not before I was a wrestler, but my old job was I was a truck driver for like 6 years. So I'd probably still be doing that because I enjoyed it. I mean, that's like it was awesome. Like but I always tell people now that in real life the truck driving was just training me for what I do now because I was already used to the traveling and the driving and stuff because I drove 11 and a half to 12 hours every single day for 6 or 7 years. So or at least 5 days a week I did that for 6 or 7 years. So it was. But yeah, I'd probably be a truck driver because like I said I was happy doing that. I was making plenty of money to take care of my family and everything. So it was a perfectly good job. And I could have done that forever. It was fun. It was different because I also never had like a boring truck. Like I never in all my years I never had a job where I just like they call them dropping hooks or whatever. Like I always unloaded my own stuff. I would do doubles or triples. Like I always had like I did interesting things.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's probably it. I'd probably still be a truck driver most likely.
Sounds like a plan.
Right.
I would say, yeah, I definitely think that's something though that it gets you ready for traveling for the road for the shows.
I mean, because we were in the car because I left my house on Saturday at like noon, and then it's 2.5 hours to where Fuego's at. So I met him, and it was another 2 hours to Dallas. So I was already 4 hours in, and then he had a show on the north side of Dallas. I had a show on the south side of Dallas, or vice versa, somewhere. We were on opposite sides of Dallas, and we did our shows. He came pick me back up, and then it was 15.5 hours to Arizona, and then we got to Arizona about 2-3 o'clock their time in the afternoon, and then we did the show, and we were leaving. We left there about midnight, and then we got home. We got back to Arizona about 5 o'clock yesterday. I got back home about 7:30.
Oh, jeez.
That's about almost 40 hours of being in the car in a couple of days, and it was just another weekend.
Yeah.
I always wrestling on Sundays always throw my whole week off because like usually Sunday's my like recovery day where I get all my stuff prepared for weeks. I homeschool my daughter, so I got to make my like plan for the whole week and do all this stuff and make sure get all my merch orders in line, what I got to do, order all this that I do usually on Sunday. So when I don't get home till Monday evening, it kind of throws that off. But hopefully soon, with a little luck, I'll be wrestling during the week, not on the weekends.
There you go. There you go.
Go to wrestle on a Monday or a Wednesday.
Or Wednesday or
Tuesday or every single day because there's wrestling every day. So is Sunday the only one that doesn't have like a weekly show? There's probably a weekly show on Sunday too. There, I think every other day has a weekly show.
Yeah, you got Raw, NXT, AEW,
and then Thursdays
TNA.
is TNA, Friday
SmackDown.
Saturday Collision. Yeah, I think Sunday, but usually there's a pay-per-view. Somebody's having a pay-per-view on Sunday. So yeah, I think every day it's a full-time job to be a wrestling fan nowadays. Anything to complain about, that's a fantastic thing.
We figured it out. We watch, how many hours do we watch a week? We watch close to, I think it's almost like 15 hours a week of wrestling. Yeah. And that's if it's not a pay-per-view week. Yeah,
and that's just to keep up with everything so you can do your show properly. That's not
exactly.
That's not even diving into all the indie shows and everything else extra.
And
there's a lot of wrestling right now.
I think this month we only have one other indie show to go to for sure. But I know March, I think we've got an indie show every week.
Yeah.
That we're wanting to go to.
I do it too.
So.
I have a show. I have at least one show every week all the way through June already.
Yeah,
So
I believe it.
It's busy. There's which, like I said, there's the more wrestling that's on TV, the more wrestling there is for people like me, because it trickles down. So that's why I hope this whole Rock and Cody thing works out, because wrestling is the hottest it's been in a long time right now on the mainstream. Which, like I said, that's good for us, because I noticed on Facebook, I was on social media the other day, and I was noticing a little trend because a bunch of people were posting like pictures of the crowds and whatnot. And I mean, they're like all the crowds at the indie shows are getting big. Like even just like the little indies in Oklahoma where I live. I saw a couple friends posting some pictures that are still in those shows, and there was the crowds are trending up everywhere. And like the GCW show that Arizona, they sold out in LA and Phoenix back-to-back nights sold out and stuff. So I mean, it's trickling down, So that's fantastic for everybody.
I'm excited to see.
And I'm, like I said, I'm a fan, so the more wrestling, fan-wise, I get to watch everything. I watched the rest of the GCW show today, and I was watching the MLW show from Saturday. I'm about halfway through with that. It's been pretty good too.
I'm a big sign person, so whenever we have the shows coming up, I'm always okay. I need to get some ideas for what my signs are going to be this time, and I've got one guy that absolutely hates me at the indie that we go to all the time, and he hates me, and I love it. He's I'm a big heel. I do not pick. Okay, just because he goes by BA and I call him bitch ass does not mean that I pick on him.
That seems fair.
See? That's his body bag. This is a body bag in the back.
Oh, nice.
And a broken ladder, and I have a little collection going on. A chair.
I got a bunch of stuff in my garage too. I feel you. I got like 4 or 5 chairs that have been bent over my head by people that I grew up watching, and I couldn't believe they were bending chairs over me that are hung up in my garage. So I feel you.
I understand that. Like I said, well, that chair actually, my favorite wrestler was wrestling my least favorite wrestler, and my favorite wrestler hit him over the head with my chair, because I purchased the chair ahead of time. So I was
That's awesome. That's always good.
Definitely going up there. Definitely going up there. But yeah, so my weeks consists of about Thursday. I start making the signs for the next following show. So.
I remember my favorite sign to this day was, I was probably had to be 11, 12 years old or something like that. And it was a sign for Batista, and I was watching the show, and this guy had a sign that said, "Hey, Batista, look over here," and it had like a circle cut out of the sign. And then as soon as Batista looked over there, he like flipped him off through the circle in the sign. And that's been the best. That's the best sign that I've ever seen in my life. Because it's just big old letters. It's like, "Hey, Batista, look over here." And he catches on camera Batista seeing the sign, and then they just flip him off right through the hole in the sign. It's the best thing ever. Because you could put anybody's name on that, and it'll work every single time.
Yeah.
I think you just got an idea, Minderz.
Yeah, dude,
I did
the
get
best
an
thing.
idea.
I was probably 10 or 11 something years old, and I remember that to this day. It was the best thing I've ever seen.
Well, the one we're talking about, every time he stands up on the corner of the ring, he always flips me off.
Oh, well, see, there you go.
Like, it might be perfect. It might be perfect.
Get him first.
Well, he's usually flipping me off because he doesn't like my signs, because I've called him bitch ass. Yeah, it's just been a whole bunch of fun things.
Yeah. I'm sure
but
he enjoys it.
I'm
sure deep down he enjoys it.
I'm a big kayfabe person too, so I totally understand it. My whole thing is that if you're making me mad, then you're doing your job.
Yes, the rowdiest crowd I've been in front of is I've gotten down to Lubbock, Texas recently. I've done like 3 or 4 shows down there, and I'm the champion there. I'm a heel there, and those people are crazy. There was this lady that had a child in her arms and was just cussing me out, calling me I was like, "Lady," I was like, "You have a child in your arms." And she was like, "I don't give an F, you big old." Oh, she was letting me have it. And they're all like, they're wild down there. And like, I don't get to be a heel very often. So I love it because it's different for me, but they are crazy down there. Because not only will they let you know if you mess up, they will, if they don't like you, they're going to let you know about it.
And they'll rub salt in the wound if you do mess up. In the most
vulgar way. They'll let you know about it in the most vulgar way they can think of.
There's a wrestler up here too called the Jet, Benjamin Trust. I don't know if you've heard of him or not, but his whole thing is he's uppity, so everybody's a dweeb.
Oh yeah.
Well, I'm sure you've heard of. have you heard of Camaro Jackson?
Yes, I have.
Okay, Camaro Jackson does this like pounce thing,
Yeah.
where he eats people across the ring.
Should I show him the video?
Yeah, show him the video.
All right, we're gonna go into a different.
It's real short. It's not real long.
All right, that's fine.
You gotta pull it.
Okay, right there.
Golly.
That was our moment of the year for our Shooty
I
Award for
can
our
see
other
why.
podcast.
Holy smokes. Bet that dude felt that for a while. Yeah.
There were no ropes. He'd be in Bement.
That was a rough landing, boy.
But anyway, the whole joke now with that is that whenever he comes out, the jet comes out, we always go, wee!
Yeah, God.
So-
He went to fly. He lived up to his name there.
He did.
Yeah, he
But
did.
Flying.
So he calls all of us marks, dweebs.
Yeah.
And so I made a sign at the last show that said number 1 jet, and then I put DW and then a whole bunch of E's. So it said dweeb.
Like he was flying away. That's fantastic.
Yeah, it was great.
That's fantastic.
But it's like
She didn't go for my idea. I was gonna have her make like tiles with each letter and have like 70.
we were gonna go all the way around the ring.
That would be awesome. Give one to everybody.
Yep.
That would be hilarious. Like, yeah.
We've done that. I have done the one guy that always rips my signs up. Like I have this me and bitch ass. He has ripped every sign I've ever made. So I made 8x10 signs to give to a bunch of the other people around the ring, but I laminated them.
Oh snap! That's hilarious. I bet
First time
he was surprised.
He grabbed a hold of it and he just looked at it and looked at me and was like, I'm like, yeah, that's what I did.
Got
I
him.
did that. I'm like, gotcha. Because see, my favorite thing is to try to get the wrestlers to break character.
Oh yeah,
I
would
want to
probably
try.
do it. That would do it for me probably.
I want to try to get you to break character.
I would probably have a laugh at that one. I'd be like, that's pretty good. That's pretty good. You got to rip a sign that's laminated. That's good. That's good.
When he first started, Reb actually had wore a shirt that said BA all the way. This is before all the heat between me and BA. Yeah. And he wore a shirt.
Nobody liked him though.
Nobody liked him. But he had Reb wore a shirt that said BA all the way.
I popped him.
And as soon as BA saw that shirt, I've never seen a guy laugh so hard and like break character as bad as he did.
That's awesome.
He hasn't done it since, but man, that one time he marked out. It was so funny.
Those are the best things. Those are the best.
They are. Those are the fun moments. But well, Reb, do we want to? We've kept our guests for a while. Do we want to let him go? And
Sam, we appreciate you making the time. I know we kept you probably a little longer than we planned.
You're good. I'm gonna hop off here and play Rocket League. So I don't have anything going on. So. I'll probably throw on the screen over there. I'll probably finish that MLW show and then I'll play some video games. And then my fantastic shout out to my fantastic, beautiful, amazing wife is at school right now because she's I don't think that's probably new since we talked. She's going to school now to be a massage tech. I got a massage bed in my living room right now, and she has to practice, and somebody has to, I take one for the team, and I'm there for her to, practice.
You volunteer as tribute?
Yeah, I volunteer. Dang, I try. You know what I'm saying? All day long. I volunteer as so shout out to her because I told you last time, I didn't think last time I talked to you my life could get any better, and then now. I'm a wrestler. I don't know if you noticed, but it hurts. I'm in pain about 98.999% of my lifetime right now. So to have it's wild. Shout out, Chelsea Stackhouse.
That's awesome.
The best one.
Yeah, my wife got one of those massage guns about a month ago, and she swears by it now.
Oh yeah. See, I got one. I call it my muscle buster. I got that bad boy too. That thing gets it, especially around like this area. And oh boy, that thing will. You'll feel it. Like it don't feel good at the time, but it feels good afterwards.
Now, see, my best friend is a physical therapist. So, and you were talking, I think the last time you were on here, you're talking about cupping.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And she actually has a whole set of those at her house.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
So it's like, she's like, I need to practice. Yes, ma'am. Right here.
Yeah. Oh yeah. That's stuff. Like I said, it feels so weird at the time. Like it feels, it's so weird. But then once they take them things off and everything just relaxes, it's fantastic. I got an ice bath in my backyard now. It's great. We're taking recovery serious around here. Okay, I'm
I
trying to do this
bet.
for as long as possible.
Yep.
But no,
All
I
right,
appreciate you guys having me. Appreciate you guys having
Heck
me.
yeah. Well,
And where can
Minderz,
everybody catch you on social media?
It's the Sam Stackhouse on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, all those. I'm on all of them.
All right.
I
What,
think
Reb?
we need to drop old Sam's name to the Brasses 01. Try to get
For
him
sure.
up here
We say because we're the podcast, so we kind of book things. We
we
fantasy
make things
book,
happen.
Your
and
boy's
then
still
things
try
seem
cheap.
to
to
or not.
happen.
Your boy's still cheap. Just saying. Just saying.
But yeah, come up here and wrestle. Hey, maybe we can get Cole, and we'll let you and Cole go at it
trying
for a
to take
little
that
while.
pounce.
There
I'm
you
trying to
go.
wrestle that pounce guy. That was wild.
Oh, you want
Camaro.
Camaro?
Yeah, that was crazy. Have a pounce
But
off.
Minderz, make a note. We'll
that'd be-
mention that tomorrow.
Heck
Yeah, we'll
heck
mention that
yeah.
tomorrow on our other
Tell 'em to
podcast.
let me know,
Heck
We'll
yeah.
see what we can do.
Appreciate you guys.
All right, Sam. Well, thank you so much for
Thank
being
you.
on again. We appreciate
Yes.
it.
And so you guys have a good night.
You
you
too.
too.
Appreciate you.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
That was so much fun. I'm so glad we got him back on here.
Yes.
Ooh, good call, AJ.
Yes. Oh my goodness. Well, thank you to Sam Stackhouse for joining us. That was a heck of a chat. I didn't plan on going an hour with him, but we appreciate when you make the
It
time.
wasn't quite. We were at 50
Not
minutes.
quite. It was close, but a lot of just shooting the shit about wrestling too, which is
That's the
we
best
don't
part
always do
about
that
it,
with
though.
our guests. So.
Well, I'd rather get that with some of these indie guys that are actually in the business that are watching what's going on in the mainstream and how is it affecting them?
Yeah.
Because things in the mainstream do affect what they're doing. So
Yes, true. They very
speaking
much
of the mainstream, I segued myself in.
Well, hang on. Before you do that, I do have a little more breaking news, Minderz.
Oh,
They
is there
announced
more?
another match.
Oh, they did.
I'm going to throw it up on the thing here. You ready?
Okay. I haven't seen it yet, so. Yay! I have to wear my new shirt. I have to. I have to wear my new shirt. I have to wear my new Jack Vaughn shirt. Oh, that's so exciting.
By Slapitude.
That makes sense. Al Snow's going to be there, so.
Yeah?
Yeah,
Gotta get some collar and elbow gear from Al.
All right. I'm kind of excited. Holy crap. Did you see that?
What's that?
Roughly about 50 tickets left for Saturday night's Parade of Champions.
I did see that.
And it's going to be 11 matches. 8 title defenses.
Wow. From
SCX.
multiple companies.
Ooh. Uh-huh. Did you see that TNA is one of the companies?
No, I didn't. Oh, Crazy Steve's there. He's defending that digital
that makes sense.
maybe.
That makes sense. Because it says title defenses across various promotions, including SCX, NWA, OVW, and TNA, and others.
And others.
And I
Very
haven't seen
nice.
anything else for the Black Label show yet.
No.
And I see why mine hadn't updated because I forgot to refresh my page. But anyway, no, what I was going to bring up, are we going to talk about NXT Sunday?
Oh, we can. I don't think I've seen Joe Gacy have that good of a match.
Hey.
As the one he had with Dijak on Sunday.
Dijak does that, and I don't see why people don't like not putting anything.
I did see this, AJ. Tommy Dreamer actually put a clip up on his Facebook where Ace was trying to squish him, but he ran into the boards on the ice rink.
Here's the thing: nothing past Joe Gacy, nothing at all. But Dijak has been in some serious matches that both competitors have looked amazing. So.
Yes.
And then we got Braun and Corbin.
Braun and Baron, yeah. The Wolf Dogs.
The Wolf Dogs.
Beating Trick and Mello.
Yeah.
What did we think of the end of the show with Mello?
We knew it was happening.
We knew it was coming.
We knew it was coming. I
soon
did.
as
I like the
as
way they did it because the little
yeah,
thing, like they did it the way they did Gargano and Tommaso when
yeah.
Tommaso turned on Johnny,
hmm
and the little ending thing popped up, and I was like, yeah, I'm not turning it off because Melo's still in the ring.
Yep.
But
Oh my
that,
goodness. As soon as
although
Trick said to Mello backstage he wanted them at ringside, I was like, "Yep, it's happening."
it's happening tonight, it's happening tonight. But that was really good. The women's
Yes.
match was actually pretty good, although I don't know why she cashed in so early.
Rookie mistake. I'll chalk it up to.
That's what I'll chalk it up to, I guess. Because
Now
I really,
AJ says he never seen someone use duct tape in a match. I will take you back to Batista versus Cena in the I Quit match, or the Last Man Standing match, when Cena duct taped Batista's feet together. And I think Alberto Del Rio did the same thing to the Big Show in another Last Man Standing match.
crap, he wouldn't have seen Marvin duct tape CMC's legs together in the match down 0-1 back in December, but y'all didn't make that one.
Yeah, we weren't there for that one. Dag nabbit. Oh, this is a good question from Dwayne. I'm going to throw this up here. So, what do y'all think of Corey Graves doing play-by-play on SmackDown? I think he's a natural.
I think
He's got that Gorilla Monsoon role now, where he's the ex-worker who does the play-by-play instead of doing color.
well, and the thing is he thinks he's better as a color guy, and I think it's because he hasn't had a chance to show yet what he can do play by play. Because
And he's only done one show so far.
he's done one show. So when you figure,
But he's been
don't ever do
carrying the
this.
commentary with Kevin Patrick, though.
I say don't ever do this, but if you ever go back to like our first podcast shows,
Oh,
they're tough to watch. They're so
yeah,
tough.
I was learning on the fly with the
Oh,
audio. It was
we
rough.
all were. Holy goodness.
I can say without prejudice that the worst podcast I've ever done was the first one I did by myself when I did a watch along of '89 Halloween Havoc, and it was just me talking over watching an iPad. It was I just needed something for that week. So I was like, fuck it, I'll do it. In hindsight, I can't watch it. It's just a picture of me doing this.
We've
so-
learned. We've learned
Oh,
so
yeah.
much.
Like the day after, I called Gary. Like, Gary, you got to do this with me.
But like I said, it was his first time doing it. I'm going to give him at least 6 months before I make a decision.
I think he's going to be fine. I know they're very
I
high
think
on
he'll
him.
be fine. Yeah.
So
I think he'll be fine. What do you think about Booker?
Such a cynic, Dwayne. He may get. I think he will get better.
I think
I don't think he needs to get better. I think he's fine.
Well, yeah, exactly. I just think both of them need to slip into their roles.
They got to get their chemistry.
Got to get their chemistry. Got to work together.
I think that's why they put Pat with Cole again, because they have the chemistry already.
They already had chemistry, yeah. AJ brought up a good point too.
What did he say here?
Also, Lola Vice has joined the rarefied air of Baron Corbin, Damian Sandow, others that have wasted their cash in.
Now, you can't win every time, otherwise it gets predictable.
Well, isn't that what the idea of the cash in is? You put it on somebody that you want to put the belt on next?
Not necessarily. Maybe you want somebody that's going to get heat in the loss, like a Damian Sandow or a Corbin.
Well,
Austin
Corbin
Theory.
just pissed off the wrong people. Just saying.
Yeah, Corbin got on the wrong side of John Cena.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, I don't want somebody to win every single time. Now, with that said, I do want Priest to win when he cashes in.
We talked about Cody's decision, but we haven't talked about Bayley's.
I loved how they did Bayley's segment on Friday. When she busted out the Japanese and you just saw all the girls freeze. Oh, I'm sorry. I bumped into. We still have to name this guy.
I know. We need some suggestions.
Yes.
But
now I assure you, he does have a face on here, but the lighting is not flattering.
What did you think about Bayley talking about possibly going after Rhea? I didn't think that was happening. I didn't buy it either. Who do you think it's going to be? Is it going to be Nia or is it going to be Becky?
Mania? It's going to be Becky.
Becky's
going to win the chamber because Rhea's got Nia on the chamber show.
Oh, that's right. at Elimination Chamber.
Yeah. So Becky qualified for the chamber match. She's going to win that and get her title shot, I think. I don't know if she's going to win the title.
You know what, though? The Becky Shayna match was not terrible last night. It wasn't terrible.
No.
It was okay.
It was better than their Mania match.
Yeah. It was.
Can I throw a bold scenario at you, Minderz?
Sure can.
All right. Judge.
Usually what you're best at.
I predict, and this is a prediction, at some point this year, Dominic and Rhea are going to split.
Uh-huh.
And Dominic is going to throw in with Liv.
Okay.
And then Rhea is going to get the Spanish Archer elbow out of the Judgment Day and go babyface. And then Liv will be the heel.
She's already babyface.
But she'll be an official baby. She won't be running with the heel. She'll be actually babyface. And then Liv will be the heel. Because heel Liv is better than babyface Liv, I think.
Any day.
Babyface Liv is too whiny.
Yes. Yes. See,
AJ's filibustering in the comments again about cash-ins.
Oh boy, here we go.
I'm not.
All right, you go ahead. You talk. I want to read this.
Okay. Well, Minderz, why don't we go ahead?
It's safe. You can put it up there.
Okay.
Yeah, it's safe.
I'll let you read it though.
Okay,
I don't have that kind of breath.
AJ says, this is why I don't like the cash-ins. Back when you had Edge, RVD, or CM Punk with a cash-in, it was a guaranteed, this is a guy, he just needs that one more thing to put him in that spot. But now it's just like, yeah, someone has this, but it may or may not mean anything. Quit eating your popcorn.
Minderz, you know what I'm going to try to do next week?
Gummy worms?
No. I hate those.
No.
I'm going to get a Savage-sized Slim Jim. And I'm going to see if I can make it last through the whole show.
Okay. We'll see if you can.
I may not. It may be gone by halfway through.
No, that's fine. If it is, it is. Although I need to bring my popcorn next week. I just remembered who our guest is.
Oh, yes. Oh, we'll get to that. But we do, it's our monthly visit to our Hall of Fame this month, Minderz.
Oh, wait. Before we do that, I didn't watch Dynamite last week because you told me it wasn't worth watching. So
there was only one thing that grabbed me on that whole show, and it was the main event.
Okay. What was it?
Swerve Strickland versus Rob Van Dam.
Swerve won?
In a hardcore match. Swerve won.
Okay. That's all I need to know.
Pretty good. Oh, the Bucks were out there like 3 times.
Oh, God. Oh, God. Okay.
Oh, wait. Hang on. Where is it?
Oh, yeah. You're going to put them over my shoulder now, aren't you? Ugh, okay.
Matthew
and Nicholas. What?
Nick Thew and Metallus.
Nick Thew and... Okay. It's going to take me a minute to wrap my head around that one. Go right ahead. All right. So back to we're back to our Hall of Fame this week.
Yes. So let's, I got to make sure I still had, there we go. All right.
I wouldn't have cared.
All right. JTR Hall of Fame. First time in a month. I'm not used to not doing it every week. It's kind of nice. We're kind of spreading out a little bit.
Even we were doing it every other week where I picked one week and you picked one the next week. It's still kind of nice just having it a month.
Right.
So.
All right. I probably ought to get the boys off of there. There we go.
Thank you.
No problem. All right. So I picked our inductee this month, and I'm sure there are going to be people in the chat saying it's about friggin' time, hallelujah, all that stuff.
You'll probably hear it from one of your friends.
Yeah. We talked about him a couple weeks ago. We did our watch along, but our inductee this month got to put Hogan in. I mean, I guess he deserves it.
He does. I mean, he does. He brought.
Well, yeah.
In all fairness, he brought wrestling to the mainstream.
He did, yeah.
In all fairness.
So he does deserve a lot of credit for that.
Yep, Dwayne's all about it. He's excited.
Of course he is. He's one of the ones that's been asking me for like a year. Why isn't Hogan in yet? Look at that guy.
There's reasoning. God, it's so weird to see him with chest hair.
I know. The mushroom cloud shaped chest hair.
Yeah. Well.
I finger quotes. And he had hair on top. Are you all right, Minderz?
Maybe. Take that picture down and I might be. Okay, thank you.
All right, so there he is I'm thinking that's in Florida.
Probably.
Yeah, I was hoping Bill Alfonso would be the referee there, but not the case.
AJ.
What?
So it came crashing
AJ.
down and it hurt inside for JTR then.
Oh, if only I had. I don't know what happened to my Hogan head that I had for the corner during the watch along, but it's missing.
It disappeared.
So the Hogan's first big exposure was in the old WWF when he was with Freddie Blassie. He's a heel, and he got the run with Andre. He body slammed him on television, way more convincingly than he did in 1987, by the way, which maybe also had to do with Andre being in some sort of
His
good
health.
physical condition back
Yep.
then. But there's a picture. There's the Florida picture. He got fired from the WWF for doing Rocky 3. His underlips.
Oh, these pictures are great.
Oh, I know. Yeah, that's a look. I don't know what belt that is. Barry, we're gonna need to do some homework on that to see what belt he's holding there. But so after he got fired, he goes to the AWA. There he is with Mean Gene.
Nah, Mean Gene.
Yeah, he had a few phantom title changes from Nick Bockwinkel, but every time he got disqualified or something, so they did the old dusty finish on him. And then he went back. Are we still allowed to say Vince McMahon's name on this show, Minderz?
For now, we are, because it's still allegedly.
Okay, since it's still allegedly, Vince brought him back, and we talked a couple weeks ago all about him beating the Sheik in '84 for the big green belt. Here he is. I think this is him in Japan because he's got the Japanese character on his trunks there. But he was going back and forth for the first part of his first title run, that 84-85 period there. And this is one of my favorite belts of his.
It's a pretty belt.
Yeah, it's kind of modeled after the old NWA TV title, national title, all those. It was kind of the template for a lot of those belts back then. Like every company had one shaped like that. But it's sharp. I like it. Then of course he has this one, the Hogan 86, as they call it. And I liked Hogan better when he didn't wear yellow every time. He had the white trunks or the blue trunks or the red trunks or whatever.
All I see is that cross around his neck, and I know that it ends up stabbing him in the chest at one point.
Oh, I think that was Andre's fingernails.
Oh, is it his fingernails? But he
I think it was
the
Andre's
necklace.
fingernail
But he
got
ripped
him when
the
he pulled
necklace off.
He pulled the chain off, but I think his finger caught him on the chest when he was doing it, which that's painful.
Dwayne said his first time seeing WWF live, Hogan was in the main event against Big Boss Man in Champaign at Assembly Hall. I want to say that was 87 or 88.
It would have been either 88 or 89, Dwayne. I'm thinking 88.
I'm thinking it was 88 because I think I was 7 years old because that's the show I went to.
Yeah. I got a buddy that saw them in the cage match in Indianapolis in 89 on the house shows. It wasn't the main event match. But yeah, Hogan, you can talk about how he cheats or politics or creative control, all that stuff. But yeah, you're right. He was the guy, to borrow a phrase from Seth Rollins this past week.
He was.
He was the guy in pro wrestling in the 80s.
He was.
And for the first part of the 90s.
Well, when you think he did, and he had the cartoons, he had
I did
The
enjoy
other-
the cartoon.
Yeah, I did too. You know, Hogan was just one of those that when you said wrestling back then, that was
That was the
who you
name
thought
you
of.
thought of. Mhm.
Yep.
Not everybody knew who Ric Flair was back in the 80s.
Nope. If you're a wrestling fan, you did. But if you weren't a wrestling fan, you had.
There were two names. It was Hogan and there was Andre. And that was
Yep.
it.
That was it. Are you enjoying your popcorn?
I love popcorn. I think I burned this, though.
Yeah.
Some of the pieces are a little charred.
A little charred. I love how we're talking about Hogan and we're back to talking about popcorn. Ew, that is a little charred.
AJ.
Showing my age here.
My first house show was in the same venue, but they gave us the surprise of RVD to team up with CM Punk against Matt Striker and Kevin Thorne. I hate you, AJ. That was what, 07?
Probably. Okay. Probably would have been close.
So there were people that were drawing a lot of comparisons between the Rock Cody thing and WrestleMania 9, Minderz. The whole Hogan Hitman Yokozuna situation there. I don't quite see it that way. But
I don't either, but
anyway, that was kind of Hogan's stigma, is like he politicked his way to get things, and
it doesn't
was
work for
always-
him, brother.
nope. I remember when, and I know how much we love talking about Chris Jericho, but he told a story about when he was doing the angle with Goldberg, and he was correctly, in my opinion, saying that he wanted Goldberg to spear him after never having an actual match, and he couldn't get Bischoff or Hogan to agree to it, and they thought he had an attitude and all that, but they finally just went with it, and it worked. It was when Goldberg speared him on the ramp on Thunder. And that's what
Thunder,
he was pushing for.
Who was watching
Who was what?
Thunder?
I was when I was home, but I wasn't always home for Thunder.
Exactly.
Hey, this guy was never home.
Yeah, he's never home during Thunder.
I like his hat.
I'm
How did
sure
you-
you do.
All right.
What more pictures you got? I'm sure you got
All
some
right.
more.
So I'm jumped ahead to the WCW, no, specifically NWO. Look at that guy. Fresh off of Three Ninjas, High Noon, and Mega Mountain. That
Right?
was his hair on that movie. There's
Oh
also
my
a picture
God.
somewhere of Macho Man wearing that wig during this match, which is hilarious. But yeah, that's the look of a confident man right there, that he can pull that look off.
Definitely. That's for sure.
Says the guy wearing Zubaz right now. But they're wildly comfortable.
Saying the girl that's wearing a shirt that really looks like it says "Be kind."
It's a nice sentiment.
Oh, you can't see the underneath part of it. There's more to it.
What does it say?
It says "Be kind of a bitch."
Oh, spicy.
I love it.
Yes.
He's not Dwayne. He's not. Dwayne just said,
I'm not. I'm really not. But credit where it's due. Look at that guy.
Credit where it's due.
Yeah,
I
I hated
mean-
spray painting the belt, but
Yeah. And now Punk does it, but
well, Punk did it once.
yeah, for good
think-
reason though.
Well, AEW needed an X Division champion.
Sure did.
Oof,
I need to
oh my
take that
goodness.
E out.
Yes. So after 02, 04, like 02 to 04, he faded away out of the wrestling full time and everything.
Well,
Bill-
yeah, because that was when he was getting paid to sit at home. So why wouldn't he?
Yes. Of course, there's also the whole Mr. America thing. I mean,
Oh,
allegedly,
jeez.
there's no proof that it was him. I mean, he passed a lie detector test.
He
I'm
did
just
pass
saying.
a lie, but that just proves how good of a liar Hogan is.
Or an actor.
Maybe.
And that's my segue, Minderz. We talked about Rocky 3
Mm-hmm.
as Thunder Lips, the ultimate male.
Do you have a picture of it?
The ultimate male versus the ultimate meatball.
Uh-huh.
Do I have a picture of what?
Him as Miss. Okay, that works. Poor Zeus.
I saw this movie in the theater, Minderz. No Holds Barred.
Oh,
I was 8 years old when this movie came out in the theaters.
I thought maybe you had a picture of him as Mr. Nanny. I called that.
He's so big, he's wearing a 3-3.
Yeah, not a 2-2.
But that's not the only questionable fashion choice he made, Minderz, on the silver screen, because we have Suburban Commando.
Oh, that was a terrible movie too.
Hey, Undertaker was in that movie though.
I know he was, but
And then of course we got Santa with muscles.
okay, I never heard of that one.
The girl on the top here looks like, what the hell is this guy doing?
Yeah, no kidding. Who the hell is this guy? Santa with muscles. I'm gonna have to look that one up. I don't think I've seen that one.
Now, I will say I was a fan of Thunder in Paradise, the TV show.
Mm-hmm.
It was him on a big boat, which is,
Mm-hmm.
I think, it was just his excuse to film in Miami and drive a fast boat. But I enjoyed it. It's on YouTube. You gotta check it out. 2005, there he is going in the Hall of Fame. That is my favorite Hall of Fame class, though, 2005, because that was Hogan, Piper, Orndorff, Iron Sheik, Volkov, Orton. It was everybody like that from when I first started watching wrestling.
Yeah, that's what it sounds like. Yeah.
Yeah. And then, of course, he got another ring going in with the NWO. Not a lot of guys can pull off wearing a bandana and a tuxedo.
Well, it's just crazy that, I mean, I get the WWE bought WCW.
For less money than Vince spent on his NDAs, by the way.
Right? But
Allegedly.
I don't know. I guess I'm still a little salty that NWO's best years were not with WWE.
No.
Their best years were
it was
with
a stale
WCW.
retread in 2002.
It was very stale.
All right, Minder's favorite lineup in NWO, like favorite NWO era in WCW.
The very beginning with Hall, Nash, and Hogan.
Just the three?
Just the three.
I say that after they got Savage, they should have stopped bringing people in. Because then you got Hogan, Hall, Nash, X-Pac. He should be in there.
Yeah.
DiBiase and I think Norton
Savage
was already in. Yeah, because he had Norton and Buff were the under guys, and then Macho. And then after they started adding like Stevie Ray and Horace and Hennig,
then it got to everybody was in NWO.
Yeah, everybody wanted to be in the NWO so they wouldn't get beat up by the NWO.
Right. Yeah, okay. So have
Santa
you ever
doesn't have a mansion. I call bullshit. He lived in a cottage at the North Pole.
He's always lived in a cottage at the North Pole. What's underneath that cottage, we shall never know. But he lived in a cottage.
You know who pulls the sleigh, Minderz?
Who? Probably.
Thanks, guys.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, Sam Stackhouse is a smart man. He towed the line of politeness in the name of possibly getting a booking. So more power to him.
Yep.
So that concludes
our. So I told him that I was saying it, not him. So
yes. So I think we can shut the door on the Hall of Fame for today. Congratulations to Hulk Hogan for some people saying
that feel
finally
coming
getting
out of your mouth.
You could tell that my heart wasn't quite in it, as opposed to usual. The Terry Funk edition was much more enthusiastic. But it is what it is. Hogan, yeah, he should have been there.
Nah. Reb, let's pay some bills and get out of here.
All right. Well, first things, let me get this back down here where it used to be. All right. Where's my fancy commercial here? There we go. Video.
Find it.
All right. So let's talk about what we got coming up, Minders.
Yes, please, because I'm super excited about next week, I think.
Yes. Next week, ace videographer from the 01 USA promotion, Zach Ruber, is going to join us, and apparently he's got a juicy tale to tell about our favorite Floridian Tony Khan.
I might actually watch Dynamite tonight, or tomorrow night, just so we can talk Dynamite with him and see what he thinks of Tony's booking ideas.
Thanks, guys.
Where's my spoon?
Yeah, get your spoon.
Where's my spoon? There's my spoon. Gotta have my spoon. Oh, wait. You haven't said anything for me to show this little guy.
I've been good.
You have been good. I had him handy, though, in case I needed it.
You'll probably need it tomorrow.
Oh, I'm sure I will. I'm sure I will.
All right. So Zach Ruber on the 13th. On the 20th, rejoined by former ECW champion Just Incredible for part 2. Looking forward to that.
I'm ready for more road stories.
Yes. The week after that, November. What the hell's wrong with me?
You're trying to make this year fly by, huh? That's about how my year went last year. I'm nervous about April. I'm not gonna lie. Got to make it past April 16th, and I'll be all right.
Yes. So February 27th, Lenny Mephisto from Pro Wrestling Epic. He's the promoter. He's a wrestler. He's a local guy, and you're looking forward. You're going to talk about Ben Trust. He may have some salty comments about Gary J.
Oh.
Because they are currently feuding.
I'm hoping we can have a little discussion about maybe 5 Star and some of the other local talent that we have up here that goes down to PWE.
Absolutely. New guys.
Blake Steele. I'm excited.
Mm-hmm. March 5th, we are going to be joined by head of security Mike Outlaw from WWE.
Last night.
I'm kidding. If you follow St. Louis wrestling, you know who this guy is. Damn good talent.
Very good talent.
Yes. March 12th, we will be joined by Hardcore Heather Owens from the Squirt Circle Expo.
So excited to have her on
making
the show.
her yearly visit to talk about what we have to look forward to on the 29th and 30th.
Yes.
March 19th, Paulie Tomaselli. We're gonna make it happen. There's a couple false starts there, but he is on the schedule for March 19th.
I'm gonna have to go back and find my homework. Yes. Rewatch it again.
Yes. Then March 26th, Minderz. We talked about a little bit. Jake Oman. He's going to be wrestling Matt Riddle at the Squirt Circle Expo.
Minderz
2 days after this episode.
Yep.
And then
3 days. No, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. 4 days.
Okay. Thank you.
Yep.
I forgot what date it is.
Do math.
Boo, math. All right. So in April, we will start our Mulkey Cup Tag Team Invitational Tournament.
Now, Reb, I know I haven't done it to you on this show yet, but the second week of April, you will have a co-guest host.
Yes.
Guest co-host.
And we will have a guest also.
Yep.
So I'm going to be joined by my co-host on Gold Rush, Jabari Sinclair, for the April 9th episode. And we will be joined, speaking of Just Incredible, we'll be joined by the sexiest man on earth, Jason Knight from ECW, who was Justin's manager for most of his run.
Okay, I'm kind of bummed I missed. Well, I'll put it on while you guys are on.
Yeah, there you go. So he is our only guest we have to announce in April so far. But yeah, it's we're looking forward to that. Also at the end of March, early April, it's about that time, Minderz, for JTR Mania 3.
You know what? Can we record that at the expo? That would be fun.
We probably can. We'll just, I think we can
all
do
of
that.
us sit in one room. Actually, it all depends on how busy we are. We might be pretty busy. Yeah.
We may have to do it on the Thursday before Mania because the Friday I've got something going on, but it should be you, me, and Bari just talking about the card, night 1, night 2, all that kind of stuff.
Yep, that's what we did last year.
And maybe I would like to do a post show after the show's on Sunday, but I'll probably be asleep by then.
Yeah, why don't we just wait till that following Tuesday? It'll be all right.
Yeah, that'll work. I like the way you think, Minderz.
I have my moments.
Yes. So, like we said, next week we'll have Zach Ruber with us, but we'll also have our, or is it our next Top 10 Tuesday
Is this
for this
color
month?
commentators?
This is going to be color commentators. We did play-by-play last month. This will be color.
Okay.
Then, oh, whoops.
Ew.
Hello, ladies.
That's terrible.
As opposed to hi.
Hi. Oh,
Hey.
shoot. It's terrible.
Oh, by the way, before we go, I gotta mention something. Somebody made a post on Facebook after the Royal Rumble. They posted a picture of Triple H with Naomi, like doing like a half of a hug. I got the picture. I'm gonna show it to you.
Are we gonna do the who hugs better Triple H?
Oh, just wait. So they post this picture,
She
then they
looks
criticize,
happy.
but they criticize people for not making fun of Triple H like they make fun of Tony for the hug.
Okay.
So with
Put
that
up the
said,
other hug.
no. So with that said, I went into the comments on this fella's post and I put up a side-by-side picture. I want you to look at this and tell me where is the difference here? Like, where's the hypocrisy? Are you
Okay.
ready?
I'm ready. Exactly. Exactly.
Triple H does not look like he's snuggling with Naomi.
Right.
Tony looks nestled in the loving bosom of Claudio Castagnoli.
Poor Claudio.
Not that there's anything wrong with that, but one of these fellows looks like he runs a show.
Yeah, one of these guys looks like they're the booker of a mainstream wrestling giant, and the other guy looks like, thank God you're here.
Yeah, one guy looks like he's trying to be friends with everybody. And then the other guy looks like he's happy to see someone and hey, I'm in charge, but hey, I'm glad you're here.
Right.
So I call BS on everything that poor fella said on Facebook about there being hypocrisy there.
Yeah, there's no hypocrisy there.
No, there's some patheticism in this picture
Yeah, there is.
but I digress. Like I said, Tony may be a really nice fella, but he is a ridiculous human being, and it is my duty to rip him a new one on a semi-regular basis.
I can't wait for next week. Zach's gonna love us.
Yeah, I'll be peppering these pictures in during the whole interview.
I'm sure you will. That one is like the most normal out of all of them. That's terrible.
I'll admit, this is not my best work.
No, that's not your best work. That's hilarious.
I'm gonna get you the size of your wall so you can put it on, like, take up a whole
As long
wall
as you
in your
give him
house.
googly eyes on all of them, I will be fine. No.
Done.
No.
He's got googly eyes in this picture.
No. Clayton still wears it better. God.
My personal favorite.
I was gonna say I haven't seen the one where he looks like he belongs on the Flintstones yet. God. Does he not? He needs a media person so bad. This is okay. All right, are you done playing now?
I'm done. I think we've done enough. So we're gonna get out here right at 2 hours. So well done to both of us. And yeah, Minderz, do you have anything you want to add? I suppose we should plug the 0-1 shootout tomorrow. We will be joined by former heavyweight champion Joey O'Reilly.
Former.
Be nice.
Former.
The Irish Dragon, Joey O'Reilly.
Sorry.
But he's got a lot on his mind. So
I'm gonna try to be nice to him tomorrow. I'm gonna try.
Yes, we got some fun guests coming up on the shootout, but we'll get into that tomorrow.
Kind of sorry. I'm pretty sure I made something happen.
So join us for that tomorrow. Gold Rush on this coming Friday. Me and Barry will be talking about the undisputed WWE Championship from 2002 to 2005. So we're looking forward to that. And then, yeah, next week we'll have Zach Ruber with us on on jumping the rail, talking about well, we'll talk about his background too. We kind of get
Yeah.
his,
Let's
we don't
get
have
his
to talk
name
all
out
about
there.
Tony, but we're getting that Tony Khan story.
We're getting it. That's the whole reason he's coming on is for that Tony Khan story.
He said it on the shootout, and as soon as he did, I saw your eyes light up. I was like,
Oh, they did.
I'll have my
Oh,
popcorn.
they did. I know. I'll have my spoon and my water, and I'll bring popcorn next week. And I thought you were bringing a Slim Jim.
Oh yeah,
Maybe.
I will try to do that. I'll get a Savage Size Slim Jim, and I'll see if I can make it last for the entire episode.
All right.
Challenge.
Sounds good. Well, let's get out of here, Reb. We've
All
bored
right.
our audience enough.
I would say so. So for Minderz, this is Reb. Remind y'all, life is hard, work stiff, and we'll see you next Tuesday.
Thank you.
And
Thanks, guys.